Morning everybody, welcome to Soper Firearms Training and the Defensive Pistol Fundamentals class. A little bit about me. I've been carrying concealed for about 8 years now. I've only been training for maybe 5 years. I've been an instructor for the last 2, certified through the NRA and through the state of Kentucky. Some of the people that I have trained with or under, or taken some form of instruction with, is Brian Hill, Neil Widener, John Correa, Adam Winch, and a few others, whether it be through a class or through a video conference or something. Those are just people that I've learned from, and I highly respect and always learn something when I'm with them. While we're in this class, there are 3 things that are absolute paramount in this class. First and foremost, safety is our #1 priority. I don't want anybody leaving here with any more holes or any less blood than they come in with. So safety is #1, and we're going to go over the safety rules and some range rules here momentarily. The next thing is respect, both of everybody in the class and of our firearms. We've got people in here that have never held a gun before. I've got people in here that are actually a little more experienced, and they're quite good shooters. So let's respect those that, and maybe even help those that don't have the experience that you might have and aren't quite as comfortable as you are. The third thing is, let's have a good time. Let's have fun. I will do my best to keep this class as stress-free as possible. Now, yeah, we're playing with, well, not playing, that's a bad word, but we are dealing with firearms, small explosions in our hands, and it is inherently stressful, dangerous, but I will do my best to make sure that you're comfortable and know that you're safe, and that when you leave here, you will know more than what you came with. Okay, range rules. There are 3 sections to this range, you'll notice. Over here, I have a table set up. That is where you will load your magazines. Where you're at now, this is the waiting area. That is kind of where, if you're not on the range, I would like you to kind of be under this little lean-to. We don't need people just kind of moseying around out here. I'm by myself. I need to be able to keep an eye on everybody. The third thing is, well, of course, the firing line. The firing line is probably, I don't want to say, that's where everything really needs to be locked down. We need to be kind of serious when we're on the firing line. While you're out here, let's keep our guns in our holsters at all times. If you're reloading your magazines, if your holster doesn't allow you to remove your magazine, just kind of pop it out just a little bit, enough for you to get that magazine release. But let's keep all our guns in our holsters at all times. We'll reload over there. If you're on the firing line and you're getting ready to fire, we're just doing instruction, either in the holster or you need to be at a low ready. For those new people, a low ready is you will be pointing at the target and you'll be pointing kind of down into this area. At no time do I want to see a gun pointed in the air at your toes or at other people. We don't need to be pointing guns at other people. I will give you a warning or two. If it starts to become a problem, I will step you aside and we're going to have a conversation, and I may ask you to try this class on another date. Eye and ear protection at all times, please. As you can see, everything's kind of close here. So it's not like you can walk far away to get away from the gunfire or anything. So eye and ear protection at all times, please. All right, so let's go over some medical procedures. All right, fine, eat the stick. There is no cell service out here in the field. So what I have set up is I will need somebody to volunteer that feels comfortable with running up to the house, and on the kitchen table is a telephone, a 2-way Motorola radio, and an index card. What I will want you to do is to call 911, and on that index card is what I want you to say. Please do not say somebody has been shot, or the next experience we have will not be fun. That card will tell you exactly what to say. You just need to say that, you know, we're here training and we've had a training accident. Typically out here, I'm kind of lucky. I know most of the firehouse and paramedics are only about 4 miles down the road. Now it is a volunteer, so it takes them a little bit, but they can be out here in less than 10 minutes. Most of them know this place anyway. I'm friends with some of them, and they know where they need to go when they hear the address. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get on the two-way radio, and you're going to call me on it. And we're going to communicate that way. You're going to tell me that 911 has been called, and you're going to stay on the phone with them. They're going to want you to anyway. That way, me and you can communicate as well with 911. If it's a severe enough wound, then we may just throw them. I've got a pickup staged over here. We'll put them in the pickup, and we will drive to the firehouse, or, you know, we'll communicate with 911 about all that stuff. If something happens, I want everybody to holster, move off to the side, grab a chair, come over here by the barn or something, and just kind of stay out of the way. If I need assistance with tourniquets or chest seals or whatever, I will ask somebody to help. So, any questions so far? All right, let's get into a few of these fundamentals now. Let's talk about pistol grip. Now, just because this gun is semi-fake, it's a airsoft gun or a BB gun or something, I don't know, it's the boys back when he was a kid. Airsoft. But just because it's not a real gun doesn't mean I'm going to be pointing it all over. You start doing that with fake guns, and the next step is you're not so, you get nonchalant with the real gun. So we will keep this pointed in a safe direction at all times, and we will not be pointing at anybody. So when you grip your pistol, you're going to take this part of your hand, and you're going to shove it as far and deep up in here as you can. You're going to shove it right up in there. Then you're going to wrap your fingers. Now, when you wrap your fingers, we're not doing this. We are doing a C-clamp. We are going to clamp that grip down, and we're going to concentrate with these two fingers. We want those two fingers to really grip. So you bring it around. Then what you're going to do, I went straight up, see? Then, well, I don't want to shoot my dog either. I don't know why you won't go lay down. Anyway, now what we're going to take this hand, and we're going to fill this part with the meaty, the meaty part, there's nothing out there, the meaty part of your thumb, or your palm. You're going to stick that in there, and again, you're going to wrap your hands, and again, you're going to C-clamp. So you're C-clamping this way, and you're C-clamping this way. We'll bring it back around. You're going to fill this, and your thumbs, you're going to point your thumbs forward just a little bit. This is kind of where you want. Now, you may need to adjust a little bit. Maybe you like a little farther. Maybe you want your thumbs up. But this is the basic grip, and this is kind of where you want to be. What we're doing here is if we're using our pinky into that pressure, it's going to help fight the muzzle flip, and that's what we want. We don't want the gun coming up. So by putting that pressure there, it will help keep this gun down. Now, next, let's talk about stance. You know what? I forgot, guys. I got it wrote down right there, and why I didn't do it, I don't know. Real quick, the 3 rules of firearm safety. Let's go over them. Number 1, always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Number 2, always keep your firearm pointed in the direction of least consequences. Number 3, Always keep your firearm unloaded until you're ready to use it. I can't believe I forgot to go through that, but let's just all remember to be safe, and let's watch each other's back and make sure everybody's keeping their fingers off the trigger and not pointing the gun in a goofy direction. Okay, so let's go over stance now. Stance. I prefer myself more of a athletic type of stance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my feet roughly shoulder width apart. I am going to take my strong leg, my right leg, 'cause that's my strong hand, and I'm going to drop it back just a little bit. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees just slightly, and I'm going to put just a little bit of weight on the balls of my feet. Not a lot, just a little bit. I want to have a good, sturdy stance. I'm going to make sure that my waist and my shoulders are turned. Everything's going to be kind of in line. Everything needs to be turned to the target. The other thing we're going to do is, as we're standing in our stance with our firearm, as we're pressing out, we're going to bring our arms out. We're going to bring our arms out, but we're going to keep our elbows slightly bent. So as you can see, and I'm leaned forward just a touch. I just want just a little bit of weight up front to kind of help fight the push from the gunfire. But not a lot, just a little bit. Just a good, sturdy, athletic stance. So that is what we want there. Okay, so trigger manipulation. When you are squeezing your trigger, you want to keep it smooth. You don't want to slam it back. You don't want to keep stopping. Really. You want to find that place for you. For me, I like the trigger right in the pad of my finger. I know some people, and sometimes it depends on whether you got a little bigger gun, a little smaller gun. Find that spot for you where you can take that finger and just gently and smoothly run it straight back. You don't want to stop. When you've got it, I don't know if you can see me, when you've got it in here, just bring it straight back. You're not gonna, now see, this is a goofy gun because it's a toy, but generally there's a wall here. You don't want to stop there. Just keep pressing through it and let the gun go off. A good way to practice this is when you get home and you're doing your dry fire practice, take a dime or a penny or something and set it up here on your front sight, and then just practice. Being able to squeeze that trigger without moving the gun, knocking that dime off. That's a good way to get your trigger control really well. All right, so let's talk about sights and sight picture. Sights. A lot of people, and I myself, I run a red dot. I don't use iron sights. For those of you not using iron sights, what you want to remember is equal height, equal light. So I've got these little things here, and as you can see, we have the front sight here, and they've given us a little bit of color, and this is your rear sight. As you're presenting your pistol out, what you want to look for is this right here. You can, it might be not exactly right, but so let's see. There we go. So we are equal height, equal light. And then you're going to place the center of that B8. You want this here. That is what you're looking for when you are running iron sights. Now, if you're running a red dot, I need to buy the red. They just come out with a red dot one. I need to buy it. With a red dot, you're more target focused, so you're not you're not focusing on, because when you're focusing on your iron sights, what's going to happen is you're focusing on the front sight. That is what you want to look at. So your target's going to be a little bit blurry. Your rear sight's going to be a little bit blurry. And you'll see when we get up here, you'll see what as you're experiencing this, you'll understand. But you want to focus on that front sight. With a red dot, we are focusing on the target, and we're just superimposing that red dot onto the target. So that's kind of it as far as the instruction. If you have any questions, we'll go over that right now. If not, we will get on the line. We'll just do a few at a time right now. I just want to get everybody comfortable with the gun in their hand for those that have never shot before. And let's go shoot and have some fun.